everyone, welcome to Barca News. It is July 2nd, 2026, and it seems like Barcelona will be playing yet another friendly match, and I'm going to tell you who is it going to be against. Also, I'm going to tell you how Barcelona could make an extra 5 million euros this summer transfer market. And finally, Barcelona have suggested a 6-year contract to Javi Guerra. I'm going to tell you all about that as well. We have a lot to discuss, so let's begin. Hello everyone, welcome to the channel. My name is Mo, and what a World Cup we're having. I know I said that in a previous video, but I'll say it again because today Spain easily defeated Austria 3-0. Now they're through the round of 16, and my God, what a match did Lamine Yamal have. If you haven't seen the match, I recommend you go watch it, or at least look up Lamine Yamal's highlights because he was everywhere. He was playing like he was playing a PlayStation, even though he did not score because the 2 goals came from Oyarzabal and was it Alex Baena? I can't remember who scored the 3rd goal. But anyways, Lamine Yamal, very impressive match. Very impressive match by Spain, who, again, completely overwhelmed the Austria. I mean, winning the midfield, the way they were moving the ball, they were pressing high, creating chances. I mean, Austria didn't shoot a single time against Spain. So finally, a very impressive match by Spain. Very impressive match by Lamine, and of course, Cubarsí, who so far is having a spectacular World Cup, which goes to show how key Barcelona players are in the Spanish national team. Now, Croatia is currently playing against Portugal, so if I look that way, it's because I have the game playing right to my right. So I'll just keep taking, sneak peeks as I see how the game goes. Right now, Croatia is up 0-1. We'll see how this match ends. But enough about the World Cup. Let's talk about Barcelona because it looks like we have another friendly match for this preseason. Now, as you know by now, because I've said it a million times, Barcelona's preseason will start in only 11 days on July 13th, where many of the players will be reporting to medical exams. Of course, many of the first-team players won't be there because of the World Cup. On July 24th, it has been officially confirmed Barcelona will play a friendly match against CE Europa behind closed doors, so you won't be able to attend that match if you are in Barcelona during that date. 3 days later, on July 27th, Barcelona will fly to England, where they will train at St. George's Park until August 3rd, but during which Barcelona will play a friendly match against Birmingham City on July 31st. That one will be open to the public, and now it's reported that Barcelona will be playing a friendly match against Udinese in Italy on August 8th. Now, the club haven't officially confirmed this friendly match, but many sources saying that it has been agreed to. So far, we have 3 friendly matches against Europa behind closed doors, against Birmingham City in England, and then against Udinese in Italy. And of course, we're still waiting to hear who's going to be the Joan Gamper Trophy match opponent. Hopefully someone exciting. Now, one player who might not be at a preseason is Toni Fernandez, the 17-year-old Barcelona attacker. He's one of the Fernandez cousins, of course, the other one being Guille Fernandez, because right now Toni has a lot of interest from many European clubs. They're even saying that Sevilla are preparing a 3 million euro offer for him. Now, Toni Fernandez does have a contract with Barcelona until 2027. Barcelona are trying to renew that contract, but of course, Toni Fernandez has outgrown 4th division, but hasn't been able to establish himself as a first-team player, so he's currently considering leaving in search of minutes somewhere else. He has not made up his mind, but it's something that, of course, he is seriously thinking about. Again, with Sevilla preparing a 3 million euro offer, which honestly, if I was Barcelona, I would immediately reject it because we should not be doing any business with Sevilla, especially after they have how they have behaved. Now, if Barcelona are forced to let Toni Fernandez leave because he tells them, I want to leave, then Barcelona would rather either send him out on loan, or if they do transfer him, they would like to include a buyback clause in whatever contract they negotiate. That way they could always bring him back, because Barcelona have a lot of faith in Toni Fernandez. They believe that he is a very talented and promising player. Now, Toni Fernandez joined Barcelona back in 2018 from Espanyol's academy, and he debuted with the first team in 2025 against Barbastro in the Copa del Rey, where he became the second youngest debutant ever at 16 years and 5 months. Now, speaking of departures, I'm going to tell you how Barcelona could be making 5 million euros without having to lift a single finger, and that's going to be, or potentially be, thanks to no other than Sergino Dest, the 25-year-old American right back who currently plays for PSV Eindhoven. Barcelona signed him from Ajax. He was not a successful signing, so they ended up transferring him for free to PSV Eindhoven. He had a pretty good season last season in the Dutch league. And well, now he's having a pretty good World Cup with the United States men's national team. And as such, he's currently attracting interest from many European clubs. And they're saying Bayer Leverkusen could be signing him because, of course, Bayer Leverkusen just lost Grimaldo, who has gone to Atletico de Madrid. They're saying that Bayer Leverkusen could sign Dest for 25 million euros. And if you say, Mo, why do we care? Well, that's because when Barcelona transferred Dest to PSV Eindhoven, they maintained 20% of the rights of the player. So if Bayer Leverkusen paid 25 million for Dest, Barcelona would make 20% of that, which is, of course, 5 million euros, which would be a help for Barcelona in this summer transfer market. Now, let's end today's video with the news that Barcelona have offered or suggested a 6-year contract for no other than Javi Guerra. Javi Guerra, someone we talked about on this channel previously. He's a 23-year-old midfielder who currently has a contract until 2029 with Valencia. Someone that Deco has been watching for quite some time. In fact, his agents, Javi Guerra's agents, flew to Barcelona and met with Deco at the Ciudad Esportiva. I reported about it here on the channel. And well, now Barcelona have suggested a 6-year contract to the player. Now, this doesn't mean that Barcelona are looking to sign him this summer. In fact, he's currently not a priority for Barcelona. However, Barcelona are currently establishing the groundwork or laying the foundation for the signing of Javi Guerra in the future. That's why they have met with his agents, kind of say, hey, when the opportunity arises to sign you, we would like to make that happen. And if we do, we would be willing to offer you a 6-year contract. And that's because Deco is a big fan of Javi Guerra's profile, because he's a midfielder who can cover large areas of the pitch. He contributes both in the defense and offense, and he's kind of that box-to-box midfielder that Deco would like to add to Hansi Flick's team. Now, Javi Guerra had a release clause worth 100 million euros, but when he renegotiated his contract extension, it came down to 40 mil. But that 40 million release clause will go up to 60 million euros later on during this summer transfer market. But again, this is not a priority for this summer. Barcelona simply really like this player, and they want to lay the foundation and then do the groundwork. That way in the future, I don't know if it's next summer or the following summer, the opportunity arises, Barcelona would like to sign Javi Guerra. And again, they have offered him or suggested to him that Barcelona would be willing to sign him for 6 seasons in order to show Barcelona's confidence in him. Right now, I'm watching the match, by the way. It is tied. Portugal got a penalty. Penaldo got a penalty. What a surprise. And right now, Croatia are attacking. There are 15 minutes left. It's pretty intense match. Pretty exciting match. Croatia, in fact, they scored a second goal, but it was ruled offside. Right now, they hit the post. Pretty interesting. But anyways, I'm going to wrap up this video. I'm going to edit this and the video before while I watch the match. And they'll be uploaded pretty shortly. Don't forget to hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, drop a comment. And as always, Visca Barça.